Hello, my wonderful beautiful broskies and broskies of my imagination. And this is What If Naruto was the Quincy King of Uzu? Part 2. And part 1, basically, Naruto saw everything. After basically cheating Yuhabak, basically stealing all of his powers, basically also stealing all of Earth's powers, and the rest of the Stern Ritter, and Schutzstaffen, and even the Soul King, because Buck, freely absorbed the Soul King. And basically, where we're at now is Naruto about to take that big ass jump, find out where to, direct his power next. That is until, he's just being his, drifter self, and all of a sudden he comes on to like some sort of, what looks like some sort of sacred holy land, and it seems to be like right next to Konoha, surrounded by whirlpools. And that's when Naruto remembers, wait, the land of whirlpools. And, basically the land of whirlpools, majority of those people were Uzumakis. You just now remember that again. And, well, basically, the spirit of what Naruto believes to be a fellow Uzumaki basically tells him that the path he's planning on going towards, that there's an even better way to, get back at this entire society, this entire world that has done him so damn dirty. To literally not just hold the pieces, but hold the board in his hands. I mean, the only thing better than holding the pieces is holding the board. And the only thing better than moving the pieces is moving the board. It's basically what the spirit's telling him, and that he'll be able to do this, like, if he allows the spirits of the people of Uzu to be able to not only basically reveal everything to him about the true fate of Uzu, that one fateful day/night of its fall, but everything else. Then Naruto will indeed become the Quincy King of Uzu, is what he would like to refer to himself as. And basically Naruto's like, well then, how is he gonna do this? And basically, the Uzu spirit person would be like, we, the spirits of the members of Uzu, will train you to be as powerful as you could be as a current member of Uzu. You know, even possible like Uzu Shioku level, like Uzu Shiokage level, like levels of power. And Naruto was like, he's on board with this. Like, becoming even stronger? Like, yeah, hell yeah. And so, for the while, you know, that everything was kind of been stirring, all the way up until the revival of the actual Madara by the hands of Kabuto, you know, on the Edo Tensei. Around the time of Madara's revival is whenever basically the spirits would, you know, be like, Naruto, we've trained you in basically everything that we could have trained you in. However, there is possibly one thing that we could give you besides, you know, all your birthrights that are kept and, you know, like the main Uzu vault. They basically just lead Naruto to the vault. And it just so happens that there's also somewhat of a teleportation seal inside of the vault where all the scrolls are. And, you know, the members of Uzu, like the Uzu spirits, explain about the teleportation seal on the ground. That's basically a teleport Naruto, a two-way, you know, teleportation, like go there and then back. So two-way, that's how it's two-way. Because it's that place and back. And it's pretty damn strong because even though Uzu was getting wrecked to shit, the seal never wavered at all. And there was barely being any, like, portion of chakra being poured into it at the time, so that's how you know whoever created it was a bad mofo, considering their power. Or it must have been like. And basically, the spirits of Uzu basically are like, they sensed a being from the other side of this teleportation circle, and that on the other side is actually a realm of existence known as Lucan. And that basically this person is inside of that realm kind of trapped there, and that if Naruto would like free them, considering he is literally has the power of Yuha Block, the Soul King, and Pernida, and all of like the Schutzstaffen and all of the Stern Ritter combined, I don't think Soskaz would want to, you know, jump into the fray too much, too fast. I think he's a little bit smarter than that. I mean, if his smarts are comparable to freaking Kisuke Uehara, like, I think he'd be a lot smarter than just jumping into the fray. So basically, what's explained is that in the Blue Ken area, Naruto, with how powerful he has become, will be able to break this person out from their binds and possibly be able to, you know, ally themselves with them. But if that doesn't happen, just could just kill them and take whatever they seem to possess for himself. And by what they mean by whatever he possesses, they're talking about, I forgot the actual name. Oh yeah, Hokyoku. Basically, yeah, if he basically refuses, he can just kill him and take the Hokyoku for himself, and not have it end badly like what happened to Gin. You know, whenever Gin tried to kill Aizen. So basically, Naruto is like, okay, just stings in the seal, and he's like chill as ever. And if you guys want to know what Naruto is currently sporting, he's currently sporting a Jonin flat jacket, basically the Jonin uniform. Like for Uzu, like the Uzu Jonin uniform. Because, Uzu, Uzumaki kind of sticks. But over it, the brown cloakish stuff like of Yuha. That kind of covers most of Naruto's face. And basically, phew, phew, like teleport Naruto all the way to Muken. And basically, it wouldn't take Naruto all that long to find Aizen. I mean, dude's spiritual pressure, like his Reiatsu, is off the damn charts. So, yeah. It wouldn't take him long at all to find where Aizen was. And basically, like, Naruto would just be like, Ayumi, you are the one they call Sosuke Aizen? And Sosuke Aizen would just be like, well, who told you that? Like, just be smug as ever. With that swagger. But Naruto wouldn't give a shit. Like, he'd just be like, whatever. And, well, a little heads up, Naruto would kind of been given by, like, something that he could sense from Aizen's Reiatsu. And since literally Kyoka Suigetsu is connected with Aizen now, like, they fused together, like, Kyoka Suigetsu's, like, its power should have been able to be fused. And so, before he even has to look at the damn sword, or look at Aizen in general, basically, he would already know about Kyoka Suigetsu's power. And find a very crafty way to use Fuinjutsu to be able to block the power of Kyoka Suigetsu. Yes, literally putting seals on his body that will block the power of Kyoka Suigetsu. So, literally, it has no effect. Aizen cannot do jack shit. Like, he has his fighting prowess, but, hello, Yuhabak here. Like, even whenever Aizen decided to take the blow for Ichigo, whenever freaking Yuhabak was about to, murder Aizen, it still didn't end up too well. So, we gotta think about something here. And plus, Yuhabak in that fight was already, several times over Kyoka Suigetsu. But this, Naruto, having absorbed Yuhabak, and in turn the Soul King and Pranita, being a part of this whole game. You know, he doesn't exactly have that problem of being, Kyokasu Getsu'd. And he even has food jutsu seals on his body that can literally negate the effects of Aizen Shikai. And considering none of the Uzu spirits know about, like, Aizen's Bankai, because as far as anyone knows, like, no one really knows anything about Aizen's Bankai, or if he's even unlocked it. But basically, whenever Aizen realizes that his Kyokasu Getsu isn't really working on this guy, and basically Naruto even goes to admit that he knows about the Yokioku, and that if, Aizen decides to be a little bit of a rebel, like a rebel, on this situation, he'll just take the Yokioku and leave Aizen to die. Because he'll just, like, forcefully take it, like, violently take it. And so Aizen basically just has to accept the fact that he kind of backed into a corner. And basically, Aizen's like, fine, you got me. I don't really have my Bankai perfected to where I'll be able to use it like how I use my Shikai. Aizen kind of has to admit that he's not as good as with his Bankai as he is with his Shikai, so he rarely ever actually thinks of using his Bankai. And plus, like, if Naruto's able to negate the effects of shatter Kyokasu Aizen's willing to think that, you know, he probably won't be affected by Bankai either. So Aizen's not gonna try to, try Naruto on this one. And so Aizen is just like, what exactly do you want me for, anyways? Basically, Naruto voices his whole thing about Uzu and how he would want to become the Quincy King of Uzu, but he's going to need some outside resources, some outside help. And if he has to do it, the nice way or the not nice way, he'll do it either way, whichever one, suits the situation more. Aizen got away with the nice way, so yeah, it is a really good thing that Aizen didn't refuse. And basically, Naruto's like, oh, I would like to have you as my advisor, at least for now. And well, basically Naruto would say that to Aizen, and Aizen would be like, your advisor? Like, you want to be the Kage of this place? What, wasn't Uzu, like, trashed beyond, like, repair? Ability? And, well, basically, Naruto would just be like, hello? And Naruto would just be like, who said I was just gonna do this like my normal way. I intend to surprise my spirit friends and possibly even you with the way I plan on doing this. You and me are going to take a trip. And I was just like, okay, what the hell? And basically Naruto's just like, you may be wondering what exactly I meant by that. Well, as of now, the world's gone to shit. So, I felt like, you know, going back in time, point to where things would still be manageable, highly manageable, in fact. Basically, yeah, basically going back in time. And as it's like, how do you plan on doing this? And Naruto's just like, well, right above the seal on the floor, which is basically how I got here, there is a seal that I don't think any of my Uzu pals realized I made during the time of our training. And this seal would be a seal that basically was like a time machine, if you could indeed say so. But it will only work if I want it to work. So only people that I want it to work for. So basically any of the Uzu people, if I didn't want them to follow us, they wouldn't be able to follow us. It's literally a time machine Fuinjutsu seal on the ceiling that is basically perfectly controlled by me. And I was just like, holy shit, this kid is good. And basically, Dyson would be like, well, then what do you plan on doing? Like, where in time do you exactly plan to be? Like, right before Uzus falls to even save her clan? And Naruto's just like, oh, no. I plan to do something much better. I plan to help with ultimate dominance. Like I said, for now at least, I will have you as an advisor piece in my little game of chess for the rest of the world, as I, with the alias of Yuha Bach, and Naruto Uzumaki Namaka, basically Namakaze Uzumaki Namakaze Naruto Uzumaki, will indeed turn this world upside down. And at the end of the day, I might just get some extra pieces. Well, it is always nice to have a queen piece. And what is a king without his rooks, his knights, and his pawns? This will mean a new Schutzstaffen and a new Stern. However, I plan to make the system work differently. And my queen piece, it's around this time that I was basically pretty much oblivious, like completely oblivious Washington didn't care about me. Hinata, I won't let that happen again. And if I ever start to sink back into that way of thinking, or not thinking pretty much, as my advisor, I'd like you to help me get out of that rut. And Aizen would just be like, well then who is this Hinata girl? And then Naruto would just be like, it just show Aizen like an image. And Aizen would be like, wait, yeah, I've heard of the clan that this girl comes from. They're total dicks. Like, basically the heads, like the clan, like the head branch, like the basically the big boy branch. They're total dicks. And I was just like, he's just like barely able to hide the full force shitty grin. And that's whenever like Aizen realizes, oh shit, you were not kidding whenever you said all that stuff about freaking bored and shit. Like, oh my god, this really is gonna be a wild ride. And Naruto would just be like, oh really, Aizen-sama, have you ever really heard about the phrase Sandame Hokage wrapped around my finger? The old monkey wants to hide information from me? Then I have no qualms with truly being that way. And basically, is the end of part 2. Badasses.